absolutely hate the ring my fiancé proposed with, and I wish I could just suck it up and wear it forever, but it's so hideous, and I have no idea how to tell him that. When my fiancé proposed last month, everything was perfect. The beach at sunset around 7 p.m., the speech he'd memorized, my favorite song playing from his phone. Then he opened the box. The ring was massive. Thick gold band, 3 enormous emeralds surrounded by what had to be at least 40 tiny diamonds. It looked like something a casino owner's wife would wear in 1987. I'm 26. I wear minimalist jewelry. Silver, not gold. Small stones, if any. I forced the biggest smile I could and said yes, because I love him and I do want to marry him. But I've been hiding my hand ever since. At work, I kept it in my purse. I don't want to damage it. I told my coworkers when they asked to see it. At the gym, I left it home. It catches on the equipment. My best friend kept texting, asking for photos. I sent her a blurry one from far away. My mom noticed immediately. "You're not wearing it," she said at dinner 3 days after the proposal. I mumbled something about getting it resized. She gave me that look that meant we'd talk later. My fiancé started noticing too. "Do you not like it?" he asked one morning as I was leaving for work without it. My stomach dropped. "No, I love it. I just don't want anything to happen to it," I said, kissing him quickly and leaving before he could ask more questions. But it was eating me alive. Every time I looked at that ring sitting in its box on my dresser, I felt this weird mix of guilt and frustration. He'd spent money on this, he'd proposed with this, and I couldn't stand looking at it. I tried. I really did. I wore it to dinner with his parents. His mom grabbed my hand immediately. "Oh my," she said, and I couldn't tell if that was good or bad. His dad just nodded and said, "That's something." I died inside. Last Tuesday, I was talking to my sister on the phone. She finally asked to video chat so she could see it. I held up my hand and she went quiet. "Wow," she said, "that's really gold." Then after a pause, "Are you okay?" I started crying. I hate it, I admitted. It's so ugly and I don't know how to tell him and I feel like a terrible person. So she was quiet for a minute. Then she said, "You have to tell him. You're supposed to wear that thing for 50 years. That night, I decided I had to do it. My fiancé came home from work around 6:30. We made dinner together, pasta with the sauce his grandma used to make. We ate, we talked about our days, normal couple stuff. Then we got on the couch to watch TV and I knew it was time. My heart was pounding. "Babe," I said, muting the TV, "I need to talk to you about something." He immediately looked nervous. "Is everything okay?" I took a breath. "I love you so much. The proposal was perfect. You're perfect. But I need to be honest with you about the ring." His face just crumbled. I watched him go from confused to understanding to hurt in about 2 seconds. "You hate it," he said quietly. It wasn't a question. "I'm so sorry," I said, and I started crying. "It's just really not my style, and it's so big, and I feel awful saying this, but I can't wear it every day, and I don't know why you picked it," and he cut me off. "Stop." He got up and walked to our bedroom. I sat there panicking, thinking I'd just ruined everything. He came back 30 seconds later with his phone. He sat down next to me, opened his photos, and handed it to me. It was a video. I pressed play. His grandmother appeared on screen, sitting in her hospice bed. This was from last October, 3 weeks before she died. I recognized the room from when we'd visited her. "Sweetheart," she said, her voice weak but clear. "Come here." The camera shifted as my fiancé sat next to her. She was holding something. "That ring. This is for your future wife," she said, holding it up to the camera. "I wore this for 60 years. Your grandfather saved for 2 whole years to buy it in 1962. Back then, this cost him $300. That was a fortune." She coughed, then continued. "It's not fancy by today's standards, but it meant everything to us. Promise me she'll have it. Promise me you'll give this to the woman you marry." My fiancé's voice came from behind the camera. "I promise, Grandma. I promise." She smiled. "Good boy." Then the video ended. I looked at my fiancé. He was crying. "She died the next day," he said. "That was our last real conversation. I couldn't break my word to her. I just stared at that ridiculous gaudy ring sitting in its box between us on the couch. Then I picked it up and put it on my finger. "I'm never taking this off," I said. We both cried. He told me he'd been terrified I hated it, but couldn't figure out how to tell me about his grandma without making me feel obligated. I told him I was an idiot for not just asking him about it sooner. That was 2 weeks ago. I wear it everywhere now. My coworkers finally got to see it. My best friend said it's very vintage, which is her polite way of saying it's hideous. My mom smiled when she saw it on my finger and didn't say a word. Turns out the ugliest ring can become the most precious thing you own when you know the story behind it.